Okay, I'm going to do a subject that I know very little about. So I'm giving you that caveat. I am not an attorney. However, I'm going to proceed, and you have been duly warned. I am not an attorney. So if you are an attorney and if I've made an error in law, then know that I'm just a comic on here talking about interesting topics. And I ask the attorney to please correct me when no one ever really corrects me. I don't think too many people care. But the topic today is frustrated contracts. Now, here's the scenario. Before you came and became incarnated as a human, woo, she says, so much fun to be incarnated as a human. We are told that you made soul contracts with other souls who would be incarnated as humans on the planet, and you had contracts to do various things. Then the game is you get incarnated and you forget about everything that happened before you were born. But all of these soul contracts were made for you to meet so-and-so, maybe to marry so-and-so, for someone else to become, your child, or someone else is going to be your mother, or no one knows how many soul contracts you've got with other beings, other souls. No one knows. But this is the scenario. You've made these contracts for this and that and next thing, and maybe you're supposed to perform certain services for people. Now, for example, if I become enlightened before you do, in other words, I have a spiritual awakening before you do, or you have one before me, we both agree to help the other one wake up. Now, I don't know, I come to a standstill on that one, because how do you wake someone up? I don't think you can. God knows I've tried. People are only as receptive as people are, and, that's just the way it is. But if there is a soul contract for this and that and the next thing made when you're on the other side of the veil, as they call it, where everything is, perfect, and you get here and you can't, for some reason, fulfill your soul contract. Now, something from other side of the veil keeps thrashing you to tell you you've got a soul contract with Joe Blow and you haven't fulfilled it. And they keep shaking your cage, rattling you, driving you absolutely insane. How did they do that? I don't know, probably different ways, but I'm just going to say that's what they're doing. They're creating a lot of trouble in your life because they want you to fulfill your soul contract to Joe Blow, and you don't even know you have a contract with Joe Blow. You don't even know who Joe Blow is, but they know because they're on the other side of the veil and they know it all, and you want to go over the other side of the veil and rip their heads off because of this stupid game that they're playing here on planet Earth. Because whatever they're planning on the far side, when you get on this side, it's not fair. And people say, well, you got to trust your higher self. Well, if your higher self is, on the other side of the veil, how can you trust that thing? Because it doesn't know what it's like to be on this side. And on this side, all these stupid soul contracts make no sense, and they ruin your life. Soul contracts ruin your life. So, if you're listening from the other side of the veil, why don't you just cancel all the soul contracts anyone ever had, and all of you can go and take a hike, because we don't want you watching this game. And I think that's what they do on the other side of the veil. They watch us, And then they use their remote controls to go and torment us into doing these things that we said we do on the other side. Why we ever agreed to it, I have no idea. It makes no sense. This is the stupidest game ever. But the idea is the frustrated contracts acts of common law on planet Earth. I don't know if you could even make them apply because they're so hard to apply. But, if you find that you've made 4 videos under duress, and then you're told send them to person X, and then person X says, I see you're trying to send me a 10-minute video, I don't want it. Now, is the contract fulfilled? Apparently that's the only reason I can figure why why this happens. So is the contract fulfilled, or are they going to come pounding on my door tomorrow and say, you didn't send those ones yesterday, we're going to make 4 more videos and you're going to send them to the same person ad nauseum forever and ever. It often feels like this is the way they think. The ones on the other side that are trying to get you to do these so-called soul contracts that you don't know nothing about on this side. So anyways, I have no way to appeal. I apparently don't have a spiritual court. Someone said you can send these appeals to the spiritual court. Who the heck's got a spiritual court? Jesus? No, it makes no sense. But it just seems like there's these kind of stupid things that happen. Someone else told me that people come into your life for a season, a reason, or I don't know what the other one. There was 3 of them: a reason, a season. What's the third one? I can't remember. But anyway, a lot of people think that people come into your lives for a reason, and the only reason could be because you had made soul contracts with them. And then these people, after their soul contract is up, they don't know it. They just happen to, move to another city, and then they disappear for your life, for the rest of your life. And sometimes you wonder, whatever happened to them? You can't find them. They're disappeared. And this is supposed to be all for, either people say Earth is a school or it's a playground. Anyway, I don't like these soul contracts. I think these soul contracts are a disservice to people on this side of whatever veil they're talking about, where you go after you die or whatever. The whole game of planet Earth is a massive failure. It's a torture chamber for most of the beings here. And, Dolores Cannon saying there's 3 waves of volunteers from other parts in the cosmos to come here and raise the vibration. I'm sorry, I'm giving it an F for fail. So, and no one knows who some people say they know they're star seeds or whatever. I don't know. I don't trust a lot of people that say they're star seeds because they're idiots. So what's really going on planet Earth? Situation normal. FUBAR. Go look up FUBAR. F-U-B-A-R. It was a World War II saying that means you got to look it up. I'm Harry Weaver.